Hello everyone, I'm Ken Wong and welcome back to Perspective Plus, where we meet the visionaries transforming how we live, move and connect. Now today's episode is a special one, because what if I told you the future of mobility is not 10 years away? It is already here. Today we are riding into that future with a pioneer who is helping make autonomous driving real. My guest today is Tony Han, the founder and CEO of WeRide. Tony went from being a professor in the US to now running one of the most influential autonomous mobility companies in the world. They have got Robotaxi on the road, robo-buses in smart cities, and robo-sweeper keeping things clean. And they are all doing it with cutting-edge AI and high-performance computing. Hey, hi Tony. First of all, thank you very much for your time, and thanks for having me on this, the next generation of mobility, right? I'm actually on a autonomous driving car, and this is one of the world's first mass-produced level 4 autonomous driving car. Right? So thanks for the opportunity. By the way, I have one question for you, right? Should I call you professor, or should I call you doctor, or should I call you, as I always call you, Tony, right?
Just
because you have
Tony.
Call you Tony, right? So I have a couple of questions, maybe warm up to ask you.
Sure.
So, football or Formula One?
Formula One.
Books or short videos?
Books.
Okay, here's a tough one. Dumplings or burger?
A burger.
Okay. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
The last one, which is difficult. Data-driven or instinct-driven?
Data-driven.
Data-driven. Oh, thank you. Back to our episode. The first question that I have is, when I read your background, I think it's fascinating because you have been a professor, right? You also was the chief scientist of one of the leading technology company in the world, and now you're leading one of the most influential autonomous driving company on the planet. But startup is completely different. Start a new company, right? There's a lot of risk. A lot of things that you have to take care by yourself. So how did you make that decision, and how did you balance the opportunity and risk, and what are you shooting for at that point of time?
Okay, so first of all, I don't think balancing life and work is an easy job. The reason is in the year of 2017, people who are doing research and doing development in that field can feel like the moment is coming. Okay, so within 5 or 7 years, at that time, we all believe autonomous driving will be like what we have experienced today. It will be available and supply robotaxi service to ordinary people. So the question is, who will implement them, or who can just make this fiction into reality? That is a historical moment at the beginning of 20th century. If you can be Wright Brothers, will you be able to do it? Will you take the risk of the flying? I think, to me, the answer is obvious. I quit my tenure professor position, and also I quit my executive position to start a company. And of course, the past 8 years has been like riding a roller coaster. Overall, I think it's worthy.
What I heard is a lot of understanding of the opportunity, and also courageous. There was a lot of uncertainty and unknown that you have to figure out. I think most of the people who would like to start a new business will think about, even for myself, I'm in Lenovo, I'm running a global business. It's about strategy and business plan, right? A lot of people are debating, should we come up with a 3-year, 5-year, or even a 10-year business plan, assuming we'll know everything is going to happen in the future. A lot of startup, they might start with a one idea, and then based on the latest dynamic in the market, and change their plan, right? So, Tony, you're both in corporate, academia, and also a startup. How do you balance between a perfect plan versus let's start first, right, and then we figure it out?
This is a great question, Ken. I think that is the question that only Ken can ask. I'm so eager to answer this question, Ken. I basically adopt the framework by Professor Zeng Min. Zeng Min was the CSO of Alibaba, and also my mentor. And he has a framework, methodology called Vision for 10 years, and Planning for 3 years, and then the real action for only 1 year. What does that mean? That means every year you plan for the next 3 years, but only the first year's plan got executed. And then by the same time, when you make 3 years plan, you always think about 10 years. So in this way, you can become very nimble, but you don't lose your long-term goal. You have that is framework I adopted for the past few years. I think so far that framework works pretty well, and I recommend to my friends, to you, and to everybody.
Okay, strategic direction and also be nimble in your execution.
Exactly.
I think this is the key takeaway for me.
Yeah.
The other question I would like to ask Tony is that you're like me. You have a global business, right? If we look at WeRide today, you operate in more than 30 cities across 11 markets, right? Which is huge. Now, what are some of the similarities and also differences, right, when you do autonomous driving in different parts of the world?
Okay, let me start with the similarities. As human beings, we all treat driving as a tedious job, and also we all hate the traffic. Right? Nobody get stuck in the car waiting for the traffic flow for 2 hours. So I think people all like the way autonomous driving can supply, that is transport passengers from point A to point B, which much safer and more economically effective. So if you adopt autonomous driving, every market embrace it. There are several differences. Number one, infrastructure. The road conditions, the internet connections are all different. That will affect our deployment and also affect our strategy for reliability. Number two is about regulations. There are some markets currently are more open to autonomous driving.
Right.
There are some markets that are a little bit conservative. They want to make sure it's 100% safe, and maybe some market want other people to adopt autonomous driving first, and they become a follower. And the third difference is the economy development levels are different. So therefore, the cost, some markets are very cost sensitive because labor cost is so high. So these are three major differences.
Okay, thank you. Hey, by the way, this autonomous driving car from WeRide, right? I think this is a perfect experience. We have been talking to each other on the car for almost like 15 minutes, right? But I didn't feel any difference compared to a normal car, maybe even better in terms of smooth. And we're in Guangzhou, the traffic of Guangzhou, right? There's a lot of big cars and also smaller motorbikes, but so far I think the experience has been perfect. First of all, thanks for the opportunity for your company, WeRide, and us at Lenovo, and also with our partner NVIDIA, to work together to provide the computing power as you need in your autonomous driving car, and also driving the powerful cloud at the back to orchestrate and manage all your autonomous driving car across the world. I have one question, right? So when you start a business, there's a part where it is your core that you have to do it by yourself, only you're the best to do it. But I believe there's a part also, how can you work with the best partner so as for you to get the best support to succeed your venture, right? So what is your view about partnership? How to identify the best partner?
If you read the book, The Wealth of Nations, it talks about the Industrial Revolution start not only because of the invention of steam engine, it also because very fine the split of the jobs. Okay, how do we split the jobs and people work together? For example, WeRide is an autonomous driving company, so the technology, the software, the algorithm, we are the best. But we actually closely work with Lenovo for the auto-grade domain computer. I think nobody can compete even against Lenovo. And together we have developed the first auto-grade level 4 autonomous driving domain computer based on SOAR platform. That is a breakthrough. I think only because of close collaboration between these two companies can we bring this auto-grade L4 level domain computer into reality. Now we are sitting there with that computer running. So I think both of us should be very proud of that progress.
Thank you, Tony. I think today it's really a fascinating experience for me. and also to be able to work with you and also hear your insight today. I'm sure our audiences, right, on my platform will love this episode very much. So once again, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lenovo.